Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a lower body stretch routine that I do before, any leg day. So to start off with, we're going to do hip circles, which I know look so silly, but they are so good. So to start off with, we're going to have our feet hip width apart. We're going to keep our knees soft, so don't lock out your knees. Hands on hips, and then we're just going to draw nice big circles. So we're going to do 10 in one direction, and then we're going to switch and we're going to do 10 in the other direction. And then from there, we're getting even funnier and we're going to do some knee circles. So actually, you might just want to bring your feet a little bit closer than what I have here. That does make them a little bit easier. So hands gently on your knees, more just to sort of help guide them. And we're doing the same thing, one direction, and then we're switching and doing in the other direction. It's always good to make sure that we warm up our joints. Joint health is so important. So now, clasp our hands behind our back, keep our knees soft, and we are just going to lean forward. And if you can touch the floor, that's great. Don't try and push it. If you can't, just do what you can. This is just to help release your lower back and stretch out your hamstrings a little bit and start to stretch out your shoulders. So from there, we're going to slowly walk ourselves to the left side, take a deep breath in and out, to the right, and then back to center, and then just carefully lift yourself back up. So now we're going to start on our quads. So you might have noticed there that I use the wall to stabilize myself. So if you can't keep your balance with these, that's fine. Just do them next to a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. So we're grabbing our foot. So here it's right leg, right arm goes back. And then to deepen the stretch, get a nice deep quad stretch, just try and push your foot a little bit further into your glutes. And knees can stay together whilst you do these. We're going to do some kicks, just let out some tension. We're going to come down onto the floor now. Okay, so we're going to put our right leg out straight, left leg bent, sole of the foot in amongst our inner thigh, against our inner thigh even. And then we're just going to lean forward. And now I've just grabbed onto my toes, but if you can't lean forward that far, that's okay. Just either put your hands on your shins or even just on the mat, either side of your leg. And then we're going to take some nice deep breaths in and out. I've switched around. We're going to do the other leg as well. And then from there, feet together. I'm just trying to show you how to do this there, switching angles. Feet, soles of the feet together. And we're just going to lean forward with our chest. Try and keep your lower back straight. Nice deep breaths in and out and release. And then we're going to just stretch out our calves a little bit, our toes. So sit back on your heels with your toes curled underneath, just for a little beat there. And then we're going to step our right leg forward. So that right leg you'll see is at 90 degrees. We're not going to put our hands directly on our knees. We're going to put them just above. So that back leg is nice and stretched out. I'm up on my toes there. So what I'm doing is as I breathe in, I'm just pushing against my thigh and I'm just trying to create some more space as I breathe out. So just see if you can push yourself back, keep your gaze upwards. And then from there, bring both hands down onto the floor. Take a few breaths there. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your left arm up to the sky. Your gaze can follow. Breathe in and out, and then we're going to release that, and then we're going to send our hips back to stretch out that right hamstring. So arms either side. Don't worry if you can't stretch and bend all the way down, that's perfectly normal. From there, we're going to go into Pigeon Pose. So that right leg is going to be bent in front of us. And we're going to send our left foot back flat. And then to deepen the stretch, you can come up onto your toes and push up with your hands. Create space between your chest and the floor. Gaze upwards. Nice deep breaths in and out. Sit back on our heels for a little moment, and then we're going to repeat all of this with the other side. So left leg forward, nice 90-degree angle, pushing against the thigh just above the knee. Nice deep breaths in and out. Gaze upwards, creating space between our torso and our thighs. Hands come down onto the floor inside of the foot. Nice few deep breaths here, and then when you're ready, lift the right arm up to the sky, gaze follows. Back down. Then we're going to send our hips back. We're going to stretch that hamstring. You notice that my foot is flexed the whole time. Then we're just going to bend the knee, lay that across. And if you do want to deepen this pigeon pose as well, you can also try to bring your just with your hands, move the foot. So in this case, the left foot, just try and move that forward a little bit. And then of course you can come up onto your tiptoes on that back leg. Gaze upwards, creating space between your torso and the floor. I love these so much. And we're just going to come into a child's pose like for yoga, but with our knees nice and wide, wider than our hips. If you can inch your hands forward a little bit more, that's good. Just get a nice deep stretch. Okay, great. And then from there, we're just going to do one more quad stretch. So step forward with your right leg, 90 degrees as you were, and then start to lift up your left foot. Grab that with your left hand. Your right elbow can be just across the top of your thigh. A few deep breaths in and out, and then we'll switch and do the other side. You can see here how I'm just slightly pushing that back foot towards my glute a little bit just to deepen the stretch. Okay, now we're going to go into some twists. So legs straight out in front of you. Right leg steps over the left, then the left bends round. Bring the foot round to the glutes. Then your left arm hooks onto your knee and your gaze follows. A few deep breaths in and out, and we'll switch and we'll do the other side. So this is left leg over right, right arm hooking across that left knee. Left arm comes round to the back and the gaze follows. If you do need to pause the video, please do. Make sure that you're not rushing these. Now we're going to work a little bit more on just releasing our hip flexors. So you're going to lie down on your mat, knees bent, and then we're starting with your right leg. You're going to draw big circles. We're going to do 10 circles in one direction. And then when we're done, we're going to stop and we're going to switch direction. And now I'm just moving my knee freely here, but you might want to just guide your knee with your right hand. I do these a lot, so my knees know where to go now. And then we're going to switch sides. So we're going to start doing 10 in one direction with our left knee. Nice deep breaths in and out whilst we're doing this. Keep your breath nice and relaxed and constant. And then we're going to switch and do 10 in the other direction. Great, so now we're going to stretch out our right leg. We're going to have our foot flex at 90 degrees, and we're literally just going to lift that up and down. Sorry, there was a hair on my sock there. Yes, so up and down, and you notice my leg isn't actually totally straight. If you can straighten it, that's great. If not, don't worry. We're just doing what we can. We're working on our flexibility, our mobility, and we're stretching out. So just whatever you can do today. So once you've done 10 on the right leg, We're going to repeat on the left. Try not to rush these. Remember to keep breathing. Again, we're going to move on to the glute stretch. So right leg up, foot flex. We're not going to push against our knee. We're going to push against that space, the thigh just above our knee. And then we're going to lay the right foot across the left knee. And you can either, with your left arm, just pull your left leg towards you and hold on to the right leg with your right arm. Or you can do what I've done here and lace your fingers together behind your left leg and pull that in towards you. Nice deep breaths, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So here we've got our left leg up, so we're using our left elbow just to push against that space above the knee and the thigh, just to kind of deepen the stretch here. Feet flex throughout all of this. Then we're just going to hug our knees in. You can gently rock side to side as well. I think that feels so nice on my lower back. I love that. And then knees just go outside of our arms. Grab onto your feet and just really push your upper body into the mat nice and flat. Pull down. Nice final release. And there you have it. We are all done and you are ready to go train legs. Thanks for watching.